Raw, uncut, and unapologetic. Welcome to Men Talking Mindfulness.
Hey everyone, John, Will, and our good friend David. He's been a guest multiple times on the show, and I will say last time our recording equipment sucked and it gave him a lisp. He does not have a lisp, and you're going to hear him today in person, his real voice. But we spent the weekend together in person, and it was great. We were distributed across the country, and we came out here to Colorado Springs, and we're here in David and Will's Airbnb, and we just got to hang out. We went and did a Spartan race. Yeah. We went and visited friends. We visited with my kids and my dogs, and my wife even said she loves hanging out with these guys, which I'm not sure about that. But yeah, we just had a great time getting together in person, and that's something we wanted to talk about today is the power of community and how it really accelerates everything. I mean, we've all felt it, right? We've been, since the pandemic, we've been on Zoom calls and we've been doing so much virtually, and we clearly do a lot virtually with our show. I mean, right now we're doing stuff virtually with you guys, but getting together in person, there's just nothing like it. So,
no, one thing that, we did this, we put a stake in the ground. We decided to do this Spartan race again because of how we had a small group the first time, but it's just the power of getting together and just like especially a Spartan race, the shared struggle. Something about that just brings out this stronger together kind of energy. And it was just a lot of fun to, we ran, we did 7 miles or something like that.
7.5 miles.
Ran together as a team, all these different obstacles, actually helping each other through these different obstacles because they're challenging for each of us individually in different ways. And just like really being there for one another, it just kind of reminds, it's like we can get so easily locked into our silos, of just like our daily responsibilities and the things we're trying to do. And I know John and I do run this podcast together, but it's nothing like getting together in person. And just that inspiration just starts to come through. A next level of energy is there, and it's just very, very inspiring.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, for me, most of the work I do or the connections with both of these awesome human beings is remote. And when I decided to come do the Spartan race with them, I didn't know exactly what I was getting myself into. Right. And I probably should have trained. After mile 2, I had a very conscious thought of looking at these guys, and we had another gentleman, Cade, with us, and I wouldn't have been able to finish without them. So just the energy, the struggle, the shared struggle. I mean, it was pretty impactful. And when I made my original trip plan to come out here, it was knowing I was going to extend a couple days, get to hang out, have some dude time. John's right. Spending the evening with his family, having a great meal, great conversations, so much laughter. Just the community aspect of just being with the people you love and care about and putting yourself out there and again, taking a risk and doing something that makes you way uncomfortable. It's way out of your comfort zone. And maybe you don't think you're ready for it, that you can do it in a group environment. That's for sure. Huge motivation.
Yeah. And I think, one, we're holding one another accountable, right? No one would have shamed anyone if we had quit in the Spartan. I mean, it was difficult. I fully admit I underestimated it. And I live here in Colorado Springs. These guys came out from sea level, and I'm already adjusted, and it was tough. The hills, the heat, the wind, the dust, and clearly the mud as well. But I severely underestimated it. But if any one of us would have quit, nobody would have shamed one another, right? We would have supported one another. But there was still a feeling from my side is I don't want to let these guys down.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Yeah. And we didn't let anyone down. And we wouldn't have, even if we had quit, that's not letting them down, but it's there's a feeling there in your heart, like, hey, I don't want to let these guys down.
Actually hold space for them. We were helping other members of other teams, of other Spartans, just like, we got to get over this. Like, it's not just our collective, 4 that we're running with, but it's just like this whole collective energy. And the way Spartans is such a great, congratulations for you guys for having such an incredible business, because the big thing that they pull on is, is this community strength. It's very, very, very powerful. Very, inspiring as well. And also, it's like one thing that's part of this is like, it reaffirms an identity that we're constantly aspiring to, to be stronger for ourselves, to be stronger within our families, to be stronger in our communities that we're, the community that we're growing here.
Yeah.
And it just it reaffirms that identity, because just getting together and being with one another, and it just, it's nice. What we've created online, I think is very, very powerful, and we're going to keep a lot of this, a lot of the work we're going to do is continually be online, but we're going to continually create opportunities for us to get together, in order to, feel this collective energy, and absorb more of this collective identity that just comes through even stronger when we're actually in person.
Hey, real quick, I want to tell you about Focus Now training. Really, are you struggling with focus? Like you know what you need to do, but you sit down and the distractions win every single time. You end the day feeling like you were busy, but nothing actually moved forward. We've all been there. Well, Focus Now training gives you real, practical tools to cut through the noise, lock in, and start making progress on the things that actually matter. Whether you're running a business, leading a team, or just someone who's tired of spinning their wheels, this is for you. Check out Focus Now training, and we got a QR code on the screen right now. Go ahead and scan that, or if you're listening, check out focusnowtraining.com. Thanks, everyone. Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah, and when we say we get together, it's not the three of us, it's not the four of us. It's you guys too. We would love you guys to join us for some of these in-person events that we're going to be having in the future. We're going to look to have more Spartan, just whatever it is. Retreats, Spartan races, getting together in person.
Yeah.
There's just so much value there. And I also want to come back to, you mentioned helping people through the course, right?
Yeah.
There were definitely people that we helped one another.
Yeah.
We helped other folks. And there was a couple there, a man and a woman, each of them missing an arm. One right, one left. I forget who was missing which arm, but they helped one another through the courses. And then occasionally there was an opportunity for us to help them too. But I tell you, having them there, knowing that they had only one arm, there was also hey, I'm not quitting, because they're not quitting. They're out here, and they not only were they missing an arm, but they were carrying another fake arm, and it was not their prosthetic there. It was just a rubber arm, right. And they were giving people high fives with it. It was freaking hilarious, so great. Right. And then they would take the arm and throwing it over the obstacles. It was part of the race. But yeah, the power of community, the power of support is incredible, and there's nothing like having that in person. I think you wanted to talk about
I think another thing that comes through on a subconscious level is this co-regulation of our nervous system. I think is really interesting. We just feel from this connection, from spending time together, your wife was just saying, I just feel, or you see a difference in your wife, you feel different, you feel different, because it's just something about, we're all in this together.
And she saw a difference in me. I mean, I'll tell you, the first thing I said to Will when he landed here, when they showed up on my front porch, after my little boy let him go, because my little boy hugged him for a minute and a half. My little boy loves Will for some reason.
I know.
Anyway, I gave Will a big hug, and I was like, man, it's so good to see you in person, because so much of what we do, because we're friends, but we're also business partners. So much of what we do is, unfortunately, virtually and transactional. So I guess maybe transactional might not be the right word, but it's business related, right?
Right.
So we don't
checking boxes.
We're checking boxes. Hey, let's market the Awareness to Action course, which if you haven't signed up, check that out.
Check it out.
The Awareness to Action course community. If we're looking to market our new business, we're looking to market clearly the podcast, and that's what we talk about. And there, it gets stale. It gets frustrating. I mean, towards the past few weeks, poor Will has had to deal with me getting frustrated at him via text or via video. Because
I gave him a couple extra hugs.
I
gave him a hug when I first saw him.
I needed
a little bit later, we're talking. He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm such an asshole." I gave him another hug just based on that. It's it's all good. I mean, there's something about those, it's when you're in spending time together instead of a 1 hour meeting.
Yeah,
it's oh wow, can you just express more, but you're also expressing more just by standing there with the other person, sitting and talking. And so it's just, and look at the smile on my face right now, because it's just this is where it's at. This is where things really begin to make that shift.
Being present. The combined struggle, and then after we get done, and the unwinding later that evening, the shared soreness, the tiredness.
Yeah.
But it
Lots
was
of shared
still this
soreness.
great vibe. We were completely
Yeah.
exhausted. We could barely stand
Yeah.
getting up out of the couch, but
Yeah.
there was a very cool shared vibe. And then the next day, still high energy. And
Yeah.
even right now, we're getting ready to say goodbye to each other until the next time. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
it's
even just the
this is
little
great.
things that came throughout, like we're going shopping together, we're cooking together.
Yeah,
You know, it's like, hey, I can bring over some coffees. Hey, like, do you want this? You want that? It's just like all these little, you know, like social things that happen, you know, like the courtesy that begins to flow, like when you get to spend more time together. Just is like, you know, that's because I come from a big family. You guys have big families too, and it's like, you know, that I miss that. I don't get enough of that. You know, living in New York, I have a lot of great friends there, but like I don't get to spend time with people I want to spend like a lot of more time with, and it's you guys. You know, it's just we're at different locations, and it's just these little things, these little subtle human things that come through when we're just trying to spend time together and like make it a good time. So yeah.
Man, that word right there, human, that's another thing is when we get together in person, you gain an appreciation for the other person's life that's going on, right? Again, Will and I work together virtually, Will in New York City, me in Colorado Springs. David taps in to help us with the business. He's in Seattle or San Diego, but we don't see one another's lives outside of that virtual 1 hour meeting. And, you know, sometimes I don't fully appreciate what Will has going on in New York City. Not because I don't appreciate it, but just because I don't know it. But when I fly out to New York City and I spend some time with Will in that setting, then I gain an appreciation for what he has going on outside of that 1 hour window. He comes here and he sees that I've got
dogs,
I've
3
got
kids,
total shit show over here with the kids and the dogs and the cat and a bunny and you know, having to walk like there's lots going on, right? And we've met David's better half, Karen. I only say that because he said that. We love David.
She's definitely the better half.
And
I agree.
And we know we can appreciate that relationship because we've seen it in person as well. But if it had just been virtual, we never would have known that. So there's so much goodness in connecting and having community, but also connecting in person. I could rattle on all day about it.
Yeah. I mean,
and just to add to that real quick, I mean, going back to the 1 hour conversations, the web meetings, whatever, Zoom meetings, you're getting down to business and you're getting through your outline or whatever. When you get together in person like this, it allows that time to decompress a little bit, get out of that grind. And then we start having the intimate conversations. Not like, hey, how's your family or what's going on? How are you, John? How are you doing?
Exactly.
Right.
Will, how are you doing? You know, what's going on in life? What scares you right now? What are you nervous about? What are you happy about? So they're different conversations. They're very intimate, and then you get vulnerable, and then that's where the real magic happens. So
we had
powerful.
that this morning a little bit. You're saying like, you know what, this getting together, doing the Spartan race, like it's recovering now in day 2. It's like, oh, my quads, oh, my back. You know, it's just like, but you're saying also it's just like this kind of, you know, reignites like these are, you know, what'd you say earlier?
It's a
today?
reset.
Like,
it's like a reset where I can get back on track because the same as your wife, my wife says the same thing. Anytime I've spent time with these 2, again, amazing human beings or some of my other lifelong buddies, I get re-energized. I get that energy. There's just something different, and it's just the power that you draw from each other. And so,
pays dividends.
A big reset for me.
Pays dividends further down the road. Like when David goes home, he gets to hang out with his wife. He's recharged. He's going to be more present. He's going to be a better version of himself for himself, for his wife. When these guys leave, I'm going to be sad. Because I love having them here, but also the time that we have spent together, that's going to carry forward with hanging out with my wife, with my kids. I mean, again, my kids adore these guys, and we've had so much fun, and they are going to benefit from it too. Like my son, yes, he gets to hang out with me, but he doesn't have a whole lot of other in-person male positive influence. I mean, my parents live in Louisiana. All his uncles and everybody else lives all over the world, and they just don't. He just doesn't get that much positive adult male roles.
Yeah.
Having you guys here just for a weekend, I can see a change in him and a sparkle in his eye, man.
That hug.
Yeah.
Like 1 minute or two, just I'm like, okay, it's over, right? And he's like still hugging me. And I was like, and John's like, what is going on?
I'm like, I've never gotten a hug like that.
It was so great. He's got these big, beautiful eyes, and he's like, ah. It was really, really sweet.
Hey, have you signed up for the newsletter yet? It's free every week. You're getting 2 emails, actionable resources, strategies, and tools to sharpen your focus and level up your performance. It's no fluff, it's no filler, just stuff you can use right away. Pull out your phone and text MTM to 33777. That's MTM to 33777. Or you can snap that QR code on the screen, get on the list.
And one thing I want to mention, maybe the last thing we'll say, it's like, if you want, we really suggest, it's like, you have your buddies, you got to be that guy, number one, in order to kind of like, hey, why don't we get together? And, doing it with the right people that really inspire you, and you can kind of collectively, really inspire one another. But what I will say, it's like, I think one thing that really made the time that we just had together even that much stronger, that much more inspirational, is doing something that was challenging, like the Spartan race.
Oh, for sure.
So you can get together and just getting together is great, but if you're just going to, be drinking on the beach or doing something like, or watching sports, it's like, yes, okay, that's good. But how common is that? And it's very familiar, and it might not kind of bring this next level of opportunity that what a Spartan race did. So it's like, what can you go on a hike? Can you it might be nice to get some guys over and help you build something or whatever. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like something that it kind of wakes up for men, like the masculine, and then we can really see each other struggle in ways and support one another. It's like, because it's just like we all struggle a little bit differently. We all have, a way that we speak to ourselves in, difficult situations that maybe that helps me, to kind of wake up. It's like, no, I don't need to be that little bitch that I kind of can fall into when I'm alone and be meaningless, you know what I'm saying? Right. Instead I could just be like, oh wait, like John's kicking ass with this. It's like, I can kick ass too. David's, he's like, yeah, he looks like he's really suffering as we climb under barbed wire or something like that. But it's just like, he's doing it, I'm doing it. And that's when kind of wakes up this next level of consciousness, subconsciousness, and this common humanity that can really create this inspiration and wake up this identity of like, oh yeah, I want to be this motherfucker. So F word, I know. Okay, I gotta drop one.
We're working on that. We're working on that.
We had a conversation.
Yeah, we had a conversation.
Right.
One other thing. So in addition to going to the Spartan race, several things that we did this weekend: hanging out at my house, taking the dogs for a walk, going to a sports bar and watching the Knicks game.
Oh yeah,
not the Knicks game, the Spurs.
Yeah, they're gonna play the Knicks.
Yeah. So anyway, we had fun doing that, but then we went yesterday and visited Dan Carcillo. Dan Carcillo. He's NHL 2-time Stanley Cup winner, ended up getting multiple concussions playing and ended up getting help through plant medicine. And he's started an organization, I'm going to mess up the name. Experience Onward. He started in Oregon. Now he's got a place here in the Colorado area, specifically in Golden. And there were 2 guys there that had gone through a retreat experience that he's been running personally just for a few days. Dan has. And these guys, they're tough. You walk in, they're big, burly dudes.
Yeah, right.
And if you met them on the street, they're intimidating looking, right?
Yeah, they're big.
And we sat down with them and we'd never met them. And within 5 minutes, being in this safe space together in person, they were opening up to us about. So I'm not going to name names because that's not for me to do. But they were opening up about things that they had experienced there on the retreat with some plant medicine assistance, but also just having, again, the support from other men there, collective energy.
Right.
And even outside of the journey, the collective energy with what the 3 of us plus the 3 of them, two that had gone through the retreat, and Dan, just talking about stuff that that
Or
men
common struggles.
yeah,
Right.
and common desires and wanting to be better versions of ourselves.
Exactly.
Like you don't hear that very often amongst.
And then feel it. You know what I mean? That's the
right.
big part of it. It's like, oh wow, I can see that same level of like struggle or want of like, okay, I want to transform out of from where I am into something greater because I know that's inside of me. And it's just like, so maybe like, if you've been kind of isolating, which men often do, it's like, what's that first step? What that can look like, and one thing that we've seen before, I think you might have mentioned this, John, is like, and you might have too, David, it's like, reaching out to some guy, a guy that you haven't connected with in a long time, but you have like 10, 15 years history with, you'd be surprised how that guy wants to hear from you.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
It's like, oh my God, I'm so glad you called. And I tend to be that guy now more than often. I'm glad I am. And they're like, yo, Will, so glad to hear from you, man. This is so cool. And you could drop right back into that friend zone, but also still stay like with who you're becoming and what you developed, and then maybe pull, more men together. The power of the collective is, wow. It's like we're talking about here, can really be very transformative, very helpful. So it's like, what's the first step for you? And then maybe you work yourself. Because what made me think about from what you're saying, John, it's like, to go into a very intense, like plant medicine experience, you might need just a little bit more of a practice kind of being around other guys, you know what I mean? Because it's tough to drop in to that level of vulnerability that these plant medicines naturally bring forth. So you might be more willing to share, just like getting together, having a Spartan weekend or like something, or maybe going hiking with some guys, just to kind of wake up that energy of, communication and connection between other people that maybe you haven't connected with in a while. So you just gain more confidence. You get more trust where they're like, we can drop into many, many different groups because we know what group dynamics are like. And if you haven't been around those group dynamics in a while, it's like, what do you need? What's that first step in order to kind of wake up and dust off, that deep part of our humanity that is just so incredibly inspirational, like we're talking about here.
Yeah.
Just again, fantastic experience, and make that call. Grab a cup of coffee with somebody. It just starts with a little anything.
Yeah, absolutely. Jump in that car, jump on that plane, that train, whatever. I mean, maybe it's a roommate, and you guys just think that you're roommates, and maybe you guys haven't sat down together and actually talked in a while because you guys have your own lives going on. But maybe just connecting on a deeper level. That maybe that's something you need. Maybe that's something they need. Maybe that's something all of you guys need. So thanks for joining us today, guys. And we look forward to hearing from you. Join the A2A Awareness to Action community.
We have community built into that because we know how powerful it is. And we're looking to grow from that community into more, like John was saying, retreats,
in-person events.
In-person events. So stay tuned. Thanks for hanging out with us today. And, again, a big question, how can you bring more community into your life?
Thanks, everyone. Take care.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you, David.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us today. We hope you walk away with some new tools and insights to guide you on your life journey. New episodes are being published every week, so please join us again for some meaningful discussion. For more information, please check out mentalkingmindfulness.com.